Hi friends, I am Devi and welcome to my YouTube channel Devi's Law Capsule. Today I will be explaining an important topic that comes under cyber law, that is e-commerce. Today we will be discussing about what is e-commerce, difference between traditional commerce and e-commerce, types of e-commerce, legal aspects of e-commerce, advantages and disadvantages of e-commerce. E-commerce is also known as electronic commerce. So before going into detail about e-commerce, first of all, let's see what actually commerce means. Here, the term commerce is derived from a Latin term commercium. Here, com means to trade together and merce means goods. In short, commerce means to trade goods together. Next is, there are two different types of commerce. One is domestic commerce and other is foreign commerce. In domestic commerce, there is an interchange of goods and commodities that takes place between different parts of the same country. Whereas in foreign commerce, there is an interchange of goods and commodities that takes place between different countries. Now let's see what is e-commerce. E-commerce is the activity of buying and selling of products on online or over internet. E-commerce is based on UNCITRAL model laws. UNCITRAL means United Nations Commission on International Trade Laws, and this has been established by the UN General Assembly in the year 1996. Now let's see about the working of e-commerce. The working of e-commerce is carried out by World Wide Web. So guys, now let's see the difference between traditional commerce and e-commerce. In traditional commerce, the channel of communication is paper based and manual interventions are required, and also there is no uniform strategies maintained. Whereas in e-commerce, the medium of communication is paperless and it is completely automatic and easily maintained. So this is the difference between traditional commerce and e-commerce. So guys, now let's see what are the different types of e-commerce. Okay, there are actually different types of e-commerce and I will be mentioning most important among them. First is B2B, second is B2C, third is C2C, and fourth is B2G. Here B implies business entities or companies, C implies consumers, and G implies government. Okay, now let's see in detail. First is B2B. Here actually the business transactions takes place between different business entities or companies. For example, Intel company selling microprocessors to Dell company. Okay. Second is B2C, which means the business transactions takes place between business entities and consumers. For example, buying a TV from an electronics retailer. Third one is C2C, which implies the business transactions takes place between consumers. For example, OLX. Fourth is B2G, which implies business transactions takes place between business entities and government. For example, filing of returns. So, these are the different types of e-commerces. So guys, now let's see what are the legal aspects of e-commerce. Parliament of India has enacted Information Technologies Act 2000 in order to provide security and legal recognition to online transactions. Okay. Second thing is that the main object of Information Technologies Act is to facilitate e-commerce and also to provide legal recognition to online transactions. Even though we have this law, there are some legal issues connected with it. First is with regard to jurisdiction and second is minors entering into the contract. Now let's see the first one, that is jurisdictional issues. That is, unlike offline contracts, jurisdictional boundaries are absent in the case of e-commerce. This is because all the transactions in e-commerce takes place in cyberspace, which is considered as the super express highway for the movement of information. Second is about minors. That is, the chances of minors entering into the contract are very high. This is because there is no face-to-face interaction between the buyer and the seller. So these are some of the points that is related to the legal aspects of e-commerce. Now let's see what are the advantages and disadvantages of e-commerce. Moving on to the advantages. First is 24/7 service availability. It means that the customer can inquire about the product and service at any time and at any place. Okay. Second is better and cheaper option. It means that the customer can opt a better and a cheaper option. And apart from that, it also provides online courses, online services, etc. So these are the advantages of e-commerce. Moving on to the disadvantages. First is lack of privacy and security. Second is it includes certain hidden costs and also issues with the quality of the product. Here the customer cannot actually touch the product until they are delivered to the door. So this is all about the advantages and disadvantages of e-commerce. So friends, if you find this video useful, please do like, share and subscribe to my channel. I will be uploading more videos soon. Thank you.